Hey everybody, it is Matt and Steph from Insymmetry Creations. Steph, why the heck are we here today?
It's an official spooky edition of Instant Live, talking about the final hour of our Kickstarter campaign for Heirs of Isildur. It's ending on Halloween. We may have done that on purpose. Just so we can do this.
You guys might be wondering why in the world we are dressed the way we are. With it being on Halloween, we're doing a little gender swap with what we're wearing. So I'm going to tell you who Steph is. So Steph is not just dressed as a cat. She is dressed as her cat, Brody. So yeah. Steph, you want to tell everybody who I'm dressed as?
You. And I hope to never see this again. Never thought in my life I would see this. You were dressed as our character, Merc. Merc is a essential character in Heirs of Isildur, and this wig was purchased years ago, before I was even involved in Heirs. It's kind of like a promotional thing for somebody to model what Merc may look like. I don't even know if I've ever worn the wig, which is kind of weird, but yeah. So anyway, Matt is Merc. And
I am Merc for the final.
Ever again, I'm traumatized.
I am Merc for the final hour of this campaign.
Traumatized.
It's you love it. I'm Merc for the final hour of this campaign.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about. So Mordrax Play says awesome blue hair. That's right. That's right. So
let me see the comments. So you'll have to read the comments.
No problem. So yeah, he just said awesome blue hair. So going to take a quick look. This is where we're at in the campaign. Again, we are in the last 56 minutes of the campaign. We have 56 minutes to go. We are at 119 backers. 6 more backers, we get to another stretch goal. We currently are at $5,008. It's been a crazy end of the campaign as far as ups and downs and all that. But right now we sit just over 5, which is great. And we'll see if let's see if we can end on a high note as this campaign ends.
Yes.
So, Steph, we talked about this a little bit earlier before we went live. Do you have a favorite item that's a part of this campaign?
So, I obviously love the Masquerade Mask. I loved anything. I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for anything that GD Leatherworks does for us, because they're our buddies, they're our friends. We have been working with them for years now, and they've done a lot of support merch for us, and I think that this one is really cool because this was kind of an item. They're leather workers. They do a lot of this on their own, but they do support merch for us because they're our friends. And I believe they were already doing certain types of masquerade masks, and so it made sense for us to partner with each other on this. I do love those. I think that they are beautiful. The craftsmanship is amazing. The thing that I always tell people when they come out to the table is this is handmade leatherwork. These guys are like blacksmiths. You don't get that anymore. So I love that. And I love the Back to the Future homage cover. I know that's not necessarily like an item, but it is.
Oh, but it's still on the campaign for sure.
Yeah. And because we always do homage covers. We have for the past few campaigns, past few years. And this is, I wouldn't say I've been pushing, but I've been Matt and I have kind of gone back, what should we do Back to the Future? And our artist, Alessandro Ventura, just knocked it out of the park with us. He took the assignment and ran with it. So I love it.
Well, one of the cool things too, Alessandro did a great job, and also our colorist, Alan, did as well, because I had to really work with Alan and make sure that, we really wanted to make sure that it wasn't just drawn in the style. We wanted to make sure that the coloring was there as well, to make sure that all the different, the lighting and the way that it's being reflected off the interior of the vehicle was there. And Alan really did a great job with that. We're really happy with the way Alan was able to pull that off. So throwing a couple of shares around here really quick. So we got, let's see here, William Pace said, let's go.
Yay,
Mary Pupo from over at Attic Door Media, who is
Thank you,
Mary. Those girls are crushing it on backer kit right now with Pintopia. They have got a pin campaign that is absolutely crushing it. She said y'all did such a cool awards for this campaign. I can't wait to see them in person. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see them as well.
Yeah, I know, us too.
So again, we are at $5,008, 119 backers, 52 minutes to go. So we've got 6 backers to get to a backer kit reward, a backer incentive reward.
Yeah.
We have a couple of personal goals. If we can stay over 5,000 and maybe get a little more here or there, we might be able to have our best campaign in a few years, might be able to have a top 5 campaign. That being said, we're just happy to be where we're at right now. Yeah. We're just glad to see all the people that are there. I know it's tough financial times, tough times in the world overall. And we're just glad to see the support that we have right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're going to come back to the campaign in a minute. We're still going to leave the campaign up, but let me see if I can make the campaign a little bit smaller. No, I don't want to do that. You know what? We're going to do this. We'll go back to the campaign in a minute. So.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to set back because I need to see my names.
So, it's Halloween. We can't have a show on Halloween without talking about some Halloween-based stuff. So, and you guys in the comments, you guys can share them as well. We'll share them on screen. So, for Steph, it can't be Jaws and it can't be Halloween because I knew that that was going to be the 2 easiest answers. That was going to be, everybody's heard that. I mean, literally sat on the freaking San Diego Comic-Con 50th anniversary panel for Jaws. So clearly we knew that was going to come up. So what is your favorite Halloween or / scary movie that is not Jaws and not Halloween? And go. And comments, tell us yours as well.
Jaws and not Halloween. It's American Werewolf in London. Bar none, hands down. It is horror comedy at its best. It's one of the first that delved into that world. The comedic timing of it is so great. The practical effects, which if you know, I'm a film critic. I write for Fangoria. I write for a lot of horror websites. I'm an old school. I love practical effects. And this movie came out in the 80s and it still stands up. You watch it, you watch the transformation, and you're like, yeah, this is up there with like The Howling as far as like werewolf transformations go. But it's also funny, and it is just an enjoyable watch. It's I have like a long list of horror movies that I watch every October for Halloween, and sadly I haven't a lot of time to do those this year. But American Werewolf in London is one that I watched the other night, and I was like, man, I love this movie so much. John Landis at his best. It's yeah, it's a classic. If you haven't seen it, why have you not seen it? It's great. So that's my answer.
So I had to think about this for a little bit. I don't know if I've got a favorite Halloween movie because I'm not trying to. I'll give you one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna like welsh out of my own questions. That'd be kind of dumb. But a lot of the stuff that I like that's been scary has been TV shows, more so than movies. I mean, I guess Dawn of the Dead remake is one of mine for sure. I think that Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, I know that movie gets a lot of hate. That movie gets a lot of for what it is. But I'm like, a zombie movie set in Victorian kind of steampunk kind of times. I really, really love that. But if you get into like scary TV shows, definitely got to go to Kingdom. The zombie, you can see that everything I'm saying is zombie based. But Kingdom, which was the South Korean zombie show that happened in feudal times, was incredible. Really loved that. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at for.
So I just want to say, William Page said Psycho, and honestly, that was almost going to be my answer. I'm a huge Hitchcock fan. I'm a big movie poster connoisseur, and I collect movie posters. I don't have a big place right now, so I can't hang them all up. But one of the movie posters that I have is The Birds. I love it. I know a lot of people think it's campy and silly and stupid, but it's based off of a real life situation that happened to everybody. So it's not that far in the realm of possibility, but I love Psycho. I love Psycho.
So William Page said Psycho, and then Mary commented and said, there's something extremely wonderful about the practical effects. And then Travis Gibb jumped in and said, Matt, those bangs are straight fire. So listen, Travis, I
Travis,
could
don't
have.
encourage him. He's going to start
Dude,
wearing it at
no,
shows.
listen. I could have. I had two choices today: dress
Don't
up
encourage him.
as Travis Gibb, or dress up as Merc from Heirs of Isildur. And I
Don't
barely
encourage him.
the pendulum barely tipped over to dressing up as Merc.
Yeah,
so
no, but
there we
no.
go. But I appreciate the
It's good
comment.
for this show. I don't ever want to see it again.
Hey, this is for this show. Don't you worry.
Matt is far too much of a man for this.
Okay.
But
So let's move forward, and we're talking Halloween. We're talking scary stuff. We've already talked. So Steph, I said TV show. What about you? Do you have any TV show that you're like, this is a scary show that I really like?
Mike Flanagan's TV shows, for sure. Haunting a Hill House was incredible, and what I liked about it was that the way that he twisted emotion, where I would be scared, like out of my mind, like jump scare, and then crying, like emotional, like the next few seconds. It was incredible. But Midnight Mass of his, my personal, I know that's not everybody's.
Midnight Mass was actually interesting. Midnight Mass, that was a fun show. That was a fun show.
So captivating. The writing, the script work, the acting, the way the story unfolded was so good. I mean, I know that like a lot of people are gonna say, well, Stranger Things, but Flanagan's work, particularly on those two, I've actually loved all of his stuff, and I do love like the early seasons of American Horror Story. But if I had to make a choice, it would be Midnight Mass. I think it's perfection. Yeah,
Midnight Mass was good. Okay, so now we're going to stay on the Halloween theme, and we're going to go to Halloween candy. We all get to eat Halloween candy every year. So what is your favorite Halloween candy? Doesn't have to be a candy that only comes out at Halloween, but it's something that if you were going to go around with your trick-or-treat bag, there's a very good likelihood it's going to wind up in your bag. What is your favorite candy and why?
Or the candy that I always stole from my kids' bags when they were little. And actually trick-or-treated, they're too cool for that now. But Kit Kat and Reese's are my two favorites. Love them. I love especially like the Reese's, like ghosts. And then Reese's does. My coworker and I were actually talking about this earlier. We're like, oh yeah, Reese's does like the ghosts and the trees. And then it's the hearts for Valentine's Day. Love Reese's. I do love like a good sweet tart. So those are my go-tos. Yeah,
for me, it's got to be like if we throw the candy out on the floor, it's got to be the little 2-packs or 3-packs of bottle caps. Love me some bottle caps. Anything that's got chocolate in it, I definitely dig. Hey, look at that! So Matt Campbell just jumped in. So Matt Campbell, I definitely need to.
We watched the show earlier.
Listen.
Had it in the background network.
I need Matt to make sure that the wheel on the Wheel of Destiny is calibrated. I want to make sure that it's calibrated because it almost landed on Heirs of Isildur, the Perilous Prospects, and it missed by a fraction. No, but it was fun though. I'm glad that
But again, Matt Campbell, I was at work, had it on the background, like very low volume. I was watching.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that the campaign, we've been on there quite a few times. I'm glad that the campaign that won actually, because if we would have been on there, the campaign that won wouldn't have been on there. So I'm glad that they made it on there. Got some eyes and some exposure.
For sure.
Matt, just so you know, I'm dressed up as Merc from Heirs of Isildur. That's why I've got.
This is Matt every day. You guys.
So Lisa Helzer said, "Warm greetings from Tampa. I gift all blessings and health and happiness for the year to come. Also, happy Halloween. Good stuff. Thank you, Lisa." Halloween. All right. So, okay. So we definitely in the comments. Well, in the comments, we want you guys to tell us your favorite Halloween candy. But now we're going to go the other direction. Other direction.
Yeah.
So, if you could pick one Halloween candy to banish from the planet, what would it be and why?
I have two, honestly. I mean, one is Butterfinger. What are you guys doing? I don't know how The Simpsons got their promotional gig with that because Butterfinger is disgusting. And Tootsie Rolls, nobody wants that. It looks like it doesn't taste good. It sticks to your teeth. It looks and tastes like poop. So there we go. So Matt Campbell said, candy corn banish. Oh, I love me some candy corn. I will whole handful.
And Mary Poopa said, this is just Matt under the hat. I can tell you right now, I wish when I was in high school, this is like, I literally have high school pictures where, I mean, it wasn't this color, but I had hair like this in high school and, you know, freaking genetics. But yeah, I wish that I had hair like this. So Lisa said, I agree with you on Butterfinger. Okay, so for me, I would, Bree Michael comes in and says Matt and the mermaid hair. I wonder if Bree thinks that I'm cosplaying as her right now.
I'm telling everybody, do not. I don't never want to see this again.
Okay.
It's terrifying.
What's going on there, Bree? Okay. So yeah, Bree, we're up here because we are in the final 42 minutes of Heirs of Isildur: The Perilous Prospects on Kickstarter. And we're talking about Bree says it's the same shade she just colored.
Okay, so, well, if it's twinsies, then that's okay.
And maybe Bree is cosplaying in real life as Merc. Maybe.
We have had that happen before.
We had somebody come to one of our shows and cosplay as Merc. That was awesome.
Shows cosplaying as Merc, and she was amazing, and it was great. It was so much fun. That was at Scary Dice, so it was great.
So Bree said, let's see here. Hell yeah. Let's go, you guys. What a phenomenal launch. And then Mary said, is it Mounds, the coconut and chocolate candy? She's like, I can't. Okay, so Mounds. Mary says Mounds is out of here. Mary says Mounds, get the heck out of here. I don't mind Almond Joy. But for me, it's those grandma candies, like the hard candies that you're like,
the cheap ones that you get at the bottom of your Halloween bag. You're like,
yeah, like there's a bowl in my house that always is like all the candy and stuff gets thrown in there, and inevitably, at some point, we're like, this crap has to get thrown out, and it's always 99% that nonsense. Like, why do you even make those things?
I'm pretty sure that you still have stuff from like 3 years ago, because I'm like,
no, just 364 days ago. But my other thing is the freaking elephant peanuts, the circus peanuts. Those things. Why do you want to go and chew on a sponge that doesn't soak? It literally is just like a sponge. I'm like, that just sounds like something that's going to destroy your arteries. I think that's just disgusting.
Probably. Well, I mean, we can't really do that, but yeah.
So, Bree Michael said the molasses taffy. So yeah, taffy.
That's what I'm saying. Anything that like sticks to your teeth, where you're like, I have to go to the dentist after this.
Now, I will say, banana airheads. I can roll with some banana airheads.
No, banana airheads are the superior airheads.
Banana airheads or the mystery flavored ones, I can deal with both of those.
No, banana airheads are the best flavor.
So Matt Campbell said, ooh, circus peanuts are gross. Lisa said my favorite candy are the soft caramel squares. I can roll with those. Those don't bother me. I don't mind those.
Those are good. Those are fine. So,
I don't mind those.
I love me some Kit Kat and Reese's. That's what, if I see like a bowl of candy, I'm gonna grab the Kit Kats and the Reese's.
Wow, so Bree says she can devour a party-sized box of Milk Duds. I used to despise Milk Duds. If they're there, I could roll with them now. I can roll with them now.
Go to movie theater candy, because I know what Matt's is.
Oh, geez. Okay, so hold on. So Mary said, oh, God, I forgot about circus peanuts. I feel like the consensus...
I don't know if I've ever had them. I think that I've just avoided them.
I feel like the consensus is circus peanuts can get the heck out of here. I think that the circle gets that square, and that's what it is.
Who is keeping them in business is what I would like to know.
I have no idea.
The movie theater candy, I know for a fact, Matt, because we've gone to many a movie together, is cookie dough bites.
Oh, cookie dough bites, for sure.
So much so that now that's my son's go-to movie theater candy because of that.
Here's how I feel about cookie dough bites in the movie theater. So there's a restaurant chain around here called HEIRS, and their Bourbon Street salmon is so good. I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself to go to HEIRS and get anything besides Bourbon Street salmon. Going to the movie theater is the same thing. I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't get get cookie dough bites when I'm at the movie theater. I just feel like...
here's the thing, like, as much as I love Reese's and Kit Kats, that's not my go-to movie theater candy. My go-to movie theater candy is Red Vines, which you weirdos on the East Coast don't have Red Vines. You have disgusting Twizzlers.
Yeah, I was like, what is this Red Vines crap? I'm like, I've never even heard of this.
No. Red Vines are superior. It's actual licorice. Actual licorice. Just saying. That's what I get if I'm going to get anything on the movie theater. But no, usually I don't get anything because it's so expensive.
All right, so Wade over at Mordrax's place says warheads are my favorite, and then
Ooh, those are
and then we have a way to segue back to the campaign, so we can talk a little bit more about the campaign.
Yeah,
because Dash Hooper says he's going to wear his glow in the dark shirt every day. So people might be saying, "What are you talking about, Dash? Dash, what do you mean?"
Very legit, because we have. I mean, Matt and I have both worn them multiple times throughout appearances and whatever else, and it looks pretty cool. Just saying.
So I'm going to roll down here to the glow in the dark shirt so people can see what the heck Dash is even talking about. So we just unlocked this add-on in the campaign. The campaign is that if you don't have the link in the chat, tinyurl.com/heirs TPP5. Once again, that's tinyurl.com/heirs TPP5 for the campaign. So the unlocked item that we had earlier this week is the heirs 13 o'clock symbol glow in the dark. We have done glow in the dark shirts before, and they came out really well for Tatsumi the Servant Mistress and Aikido. So, and we've also done foil shirts and other color shirts for the 13 o'clock symbol, but we wanted to do a simple glow in the dark shirt because it seems like everybody loves the glow in the dark stuff that we do. We've done jacket patches. And hey, Dash, I don't know if you saw, but we said somewhere that the first certain number of people that got a glow in the dark 13 o'clock shirt were going to get one of our Heirs of Isildur glow in the dark jacket patches, and that's still out there. So you're going to get one of those for free when you get that shirt. Cool. So, we really are into our glow in the dark stuff, and it's fun. It's fun to have glow in the dark things. Yeah. So that's what Dash is talking about. He added that onto his pledge, and I think Dash might have gotten the wooden cover. So Dash might have gotten Definite Article Sarah White's wooden cover for Heirs. I guess we can roll back up to the top and we can talk about those covers as well. What do you think? So we're going to start at the top and just we'll kind of go from there. So actually, I guess I could just use the links on my little. Okay. So for the campaign stretch goals, before we even get into other items, at 100 backers, we added in 3 different creator number ones. Power Broker from Definite Article. We got The Fog Within from Sean Wood. Tokyo Blade Detectives from Todd Black. Those digital PDF number ones are all going to be in your hands. $4,500, we unlocked an homage sticker pack. We have stickers for all of our homage logos, and I'll hold them up to you right here. So there's our Metalocalypse, and then you've got The Nightmare Before Christmas. Where's my camera? There it is. And then we've also got who just dropped their new trailer just yesterday. We've got our Stranger Things homage sticker that we did for Perilous Prospects 2. And then we've got the Back to the Future. And we're going to come back and tell you guys about this here. So for that one, anybody who's got a pre-shipping pledge total of $39 or more are going to get all 5 of those stickers for free. If you want more than one set, or if your pledge is underneath that, you can still add those things on. But anybody with a pre-shipping pledge of over $39 gets that sticker pack for free. And again, I will come back a little bit later on and tell you about something about those Back to the Future stickers that you'll probably find interesting. Then you see we unlocked the add-on there of the glow in the dark shirt. At 125 backers, we got another creator PDF number 1. We only are 6 backers away from that, so even a $1 backer would get that creator PDF added. And then we're at 5,000 right now. It means we're going to have an Heirs of Isildur bookmark that we're going to create, and it's going to be a part of this as well. So that's where we're at stretch goal wise. But you might be like, hey, stretch goals are great, but I want to know about the rest of the crap in this campaign, because stretch goals, what are they attached to? So we're going to talk about that here in just a sec. There's the full sticker set. Real quick before we do that, Wade says, dang, no, I wish to saw my glow-in-the-dark wheelchair. Any wheelchair can be a glow-in-the-dark wheelchair, and you just need the right paint.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So covers. Cover A for this campaign is the Time Master. This is by Jose E. Cardenas, this is the 3rd different cover he's done for us. Jose did our story in Holiday Spirits issue 2, which is our first story with him, which is a holiday horror story about the was it the Saint Nick Killer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he did the Tales from Nocturnia, the Complete Legendary Saga Revisited. He did that cover for us. He actually did the Perilous Prospects 3 homage cover of Nightmare Before Christmas with Michael and Mark. He did that one. And then now he gets to do this one. This was originally drawn by Stefani Renee. It was penciled by him, and then he disappeared. And a lot of people have said he has disappeared. So we really liked the cover, and we wanted it to be used. So Jose recreated it from scratch, not just the pencils. He did the inks and the colors. And so Jose ended up doing repenciled, inked, and colored the whole thing. So we're super stoked about that. You want to talk about this second cover again really quick, since we already covered it for once?
Yeah, this is our Back to the Future homage. Obviously, Heirs of Isildur has a very strong time travel aspect to it. As we like to say, it's time travel in a reverse, but that doesn't matter, because if you're going to think of iconic time travel stories, you're obviously going to think of Back to the Future as one of those, even if it's in your top 5. And we actually had toiled, like I mentioned earlier, about doing an homage cover, because homage covers are a thing. Like, we always try to do one that makes sense. We don't want it to be so ridiculously out of our realm that it doesn't make sense. And we've tried to do that. We had a Metalocalypse cover. We have a metal music aspect to it. We have Nightmare Before Christmas. There's a little bit of horror elements that go on from time to time, and that's one of my favorite movies as well. So we always try to make sure that it makes sense for us as in sim. Back to the Future does, because it's a time travel movie, and has influenced maybe a little tiny bit here and there.
There's some influence. There's some influence.
A little,
little
bit.
I mean, you take a look at those 80s classics, Back to the Future, Weird Science, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There are little pieces of that, but much darker and more dystopian.
So we were on a show with Sarah White the other night, where the theme of her show is she always looks back on like a TV show or movie, and so we were able to integrate Back to the Future in with it. So I love this cover. I think Alessandro and Alan knocked it out of the park. It was really great because they're from Brazil. We didn't know if this movie was as popular in Brazil as it was in the US in the 80s. We don't know that. We can't assume. But they were very familiar with it and knew exactly what to do. We sent the references, and I mean, look at it. It looks amazing, and I think it's so much fun. And I think it's going to display wonderfully on our table when we're at shows. And
that's available in regular and metal. And then if you go down and look right here, you can see there's all 5 that we've done: Metalocalypse, Stranger Things, Nightmare Before Christmas, Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, and this one. So if you're out there, if you're still out there, you're hanging out in the chat and you're watching the live stream, let us know which one of those is your favorite homage cover. Just for the fun of it. I think that it's tough for me because I feel like they all came out really good. Especially with Stranger Things dropping their new movie poster. Things have kind of come back around. Mm-hmm. I will say that the Perilous Prospects 3 is the only time we ever had somebody do a drive-by purchasing. We were doing a show with Chess and Gwyn. It was an outdoor show on the sidewalk, and a lady had come up and she bought something, and then she left. And then a little bit later on, we see this car, roll back by. She hops out the passenger seat, and she's like, "I told my mom I had to come back over because I just had to have that cover." Boom, got it. She jumped back in the car. The car was still running, and got the thing. So we're like, "This is great." So we had our drive-by Perilous Prospects 3 purchasing. We had Emily Reset, who's
in my area of California, which Matt doesn't get to come to very often. So
we had Emily Reset, who has done quite a few things for us. Great up and coming artist from the Melbourne area. That Melbourne, Florida, not Melbourne, Australia. Yeah. She did that Perilous Prospects 4 cover. So that's the 5 different ones we have out there. Chris Rao did number 1, and then Josh Menendez did number 2. So for the covers on this campaign, we also have this electrified cover. We're deep in the midst of the apocalypse that has happened in Shadows Haven, and there's a lot of stuff going on with the electricity and the portals and all that. And we see 2 of our characters, Syndrome and Remnant, that are currently caught up in this electricity that's going on. One of the things we've said from the very get-go is that we don't know if everybody's going to make it out alive, but we've definitely made sure that you know that not everybody will. Whether it's everybody doesn't make it out alive or a couple of people, we promise you that not everybody's making it out alive. Our final cover, it's steampunk. We have to make sure that the masquerade masks come back in. We wanted to do a little one-off cover right here of our characters in a masquerade setup. And so you can see the leather work that Steph talked about earlier actually attaches back to this cover. And if you look over here, you can see on the far right in the red and pink is Natasha. Her mask is actually one of those that has been recreated by the guys over at GB Leatherworks. So her actual mask is a part of the campaign. And then we have the Definite Article Sarah White wood cover. This one has been very popular on this campaign. So one of the things that I was on a live stream yesterday that I was letting everybody know, that's not a recreation of the wood cover. That is actually the test wood cover that Sarah actually did. So this is actually painted / stained and then back in. I think Steph's tablet may have just died on her side. Not sure, but that's probably what happened. I'm sure she'll be back. So, there we go. There's Steph.
It's channel, but that's okay.
Okay, there you go. So, talking about Sarah's wood cover. So, Sarah did a couple of different wood covers for us for Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress #1. We thought they came out well. So, that's actually a picture of the test cover for this wood cover. So that's actually painted, stained, lasered. So yeah, we're super stoked about that. So speaking of Sarah, she came in and said mermaid. That's definitely right. So I guess Merc is now a mermaid.
My goodness.
Mary Pupo
Stop
said
encouraging him, everyone.
Mary Pupo said the covers are all so cool. Thank you. And then Kyron Silva, who is number 2 on the Power Broker campaign that's out there right now, because we were number 1, is he said that's amazing. Appreciate that, Kyron. And then Mary Pupo said that is so sick. So yeah, so we definitely got plans for more wood covers after this. So we'll just have to see what happens in the future. Sure. So let's roll back up to the top really quick, and then we will continue on our journey here. So we are still at 5,008, which is good. Hopefully that stays as it is. I mean, we know how it's been. Yesterday was crazy. The number of $100 ups and downs in a single day yesterday
was
pretty
weird
wild.
Because at some point it evened out, and so we didn't know what to do with our emotions with that.
It was really weird. It evened out
it's part of the deal with Kickstarter. Part of the deal. Okay.
So hold on. So Kyron just said, you know what, Matt? He said number 2. You know what, Matt? I take back my looks amazing comment. So I'm going to predict that Kyron took back his looks amazing comment, and it's now going to be replaced with looks really incredibly amazing. That's what I think he is replacing it with.
He's probably taking that back because you're in a
Oh, he's taking it back? No, because I said that we were number 1 on the Power Broker campaign, and he was number 2, and he was really trying to be number 1 on that thing.
Well, yeah.
So
I feel like we can talk more Halloween stuff in segue, because we have half an hour, right?
So what else? So before we go into more stuff in the campaign, so again, here we're at 5,819 backers, 6 backers away. Even dollar backers gets us there. 6 backers away. So what more do you want to talk about Halloween? Sounds like, do you have a question?
I was going to say, and these might be the same. I'm thinking either favorite Halloween memory or favorite Halloween costume that you've ever been. Let's do favorite Halloween costume.
Favorite Halloween costume? Okay, so
it could be today, or could have been when you were a little kid.
Oh, it was definitely not today.
And I want the chat to chime in with this as well.
I will say my favorite Halloween costume, and if you guys know me, is I've dressed up as an alien quite a few times. I'm super big on the grays and the greens, and there was one year dressed up as an alien, and Cameron dressed up as an alien, and I remember she was having to literally lead me around my neighborhood. My neighborhood is basically all of my area dumps out into my neighborhood. There's 5,000 people running around it during Halloween. And she was literally having to walk me around because I couldn't see through the mask and all that. But yeah, everybody loved having the alien out there. So I think alien for me. What about for you, Steph? What's been your favorite?
It's so hard because, well, I would say one as a kid and one as an adult. So as a kid, like I went through this state. I was obsessed with like every Disney movie known to man. I was obsessed with 101 Dalmatians to the point where like we actually bought a Dalmatian. I was an only child. I grew up an only child. I'm not an only child anymore, but I grew up an only child. We had a pet Dalmatian, but that was my favorite movie. My mom handmade me a Dalmatian costume, and like looking back on it now, I think back on like how many hours she like lovingly spent on that, because she bought me like a white, like it was like basically like white like hoodie or like crew neck sweatshirt and white like sweatpants, and she like puffed pink. I don't even know like spots on, and we got like the dots. So I'm like thinking back on it now, I'm like, man, she put a lot of effort into that, and I'm a mom, so I'm like, I would have done that for my sister. As an adult, gosh, you know, there was like a 3-year streak where I was gender bending like Johnny Depp or like Tim Burton movies, and so I was
Edward Scissorhands.
I was Jack Skellington, and then I was, gosh, now I can't even remember.
I know you did those two. I don't remember the other one, but those two were
good. Beetlejuice was probably my favorite.
That's right, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice was probably my favorite, to be honest, like as an adult, because I got into character. And I remember like we were having trick-or-treaters coming to the door, and I was like, and they were like, what? You know, you could tell like the younger kids had no idea what that was. So those are my favorites.
So you know what? I absolutely have another one. I can't believe I didn't even think about it. So Mary Poopa said my mom handmade a pink Power Ranger costume, and my dog wore a little robot costume. It's the only one I can remember.
See, like that's peak mom.
I don't know.
I'm like, Mary,
I don't.
We have the same moms.
I don't know how I didn't remember this when you first asked, but I was, you know, absolutely positively my favorite costume ever was when Cameron and I dressed up as Norwegian extreme metal art. When we both dressed up as I dressed up as Captain Chaos. These are Trollfest album covers, our buddies from Norway. I dressed up as Captain Chaos. Cameron, when she was 9 years old, dressed up as Fat Little Bee Brumlabassen.
Nobody has no idea what those mean. But.
No, it was great though, because we actually won a judges award at Ocala Comic Con, because the host was even like, I have no idea what this is, but you guys are owning it and you guys are loving it and you're having a lot of fun with it. So here's the judges award. But yeah, and the band loved it too. There's a lot of history of the Trollfest, and crazily enough, we're going to indirectly talk about Trollfest just a little bit before the show's over, because one of the things we're going to talk about as we get through talking about the rest of the items in this campaign is what's coming up next for us. There's a bunch of things that are coming up next when this campaign is done, and you know, we don't have anything going on with Trollfest, but that we are a Trollfest adjacent. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Mary Poopa said, "That's so cool. Appreciate that." So yeah, that was.
I definitely have like more Halloween centric questions if we run out of time later. I can have.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's go back to a couple more items on the campaign. We'll go back to a couple more items on the campaign because we only have 19 minutes left.
That's not much time, everybody.
Nope, not much time at all. So let's So we have a bunch of other crazy things in the campaign. We have 2 new poker chips. You guys know that we've done a bunch of poker chips. We've got our HEIRS Gears poker chip for the first time ever. We've got the Gears on a poker chip. We've also got, you know, hey, I told you, totally into freaking aliens. So our in-sim alien mascot. Why do we have an alien mascot? Because that's what I really wanted, and I had to convince stuff that this was something that we really needed to have. And we kind of just...
say, well, let me preface, because that sounds bad. I was hesitant because Matt is obsessed with aliens. Like, anytime I see anything, like I went to Arizona and they had like a lot of like, they're close to like New Mexico, they had like a lot of alien stuff, and so I bought him like any kind of like alien centric thing that I could while I was there. But I was like, that doesn't have to do with any of our stories. But he created a really cool logo, so it wasn't that I was dismissing it. I just wanted to make sure that it integrated into what Instant is. But apparently, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care if it does or not. You're gonna buy anything that looks cool.
But I will say this though, we do have the story.
Center, I just was hesitant. I was just like,
okay. We do have a story called Out of This World that is in the Storage Horrors anthology that ends tomorrow. Yeah, that ends tomorrow. So there is that story as well that's right there. So that's something that's powerful. So as you see, you can get all 8 of our poker chips in this campaign. You've got the green double dragon from Tales from Nocturnia, the black double dragon. You've got our Soul Ripper coin. You've got the Heirs Gears, the Heirs 13 o'clock. You've got the In-Sim mascot, Bruce McTooth, Sun Aquatic Investigator, and Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress, her logo. Martin Pierre just jumped in and he said live on Halloween. We are only live on Halloween, Martin, until for the next 12, 13, 14, 18, 20 minutes.
Martin, do we want to talk about?
We will. We definitely have that. We have that on the list.
There's something Martin related.
That's right. We've already we got something Trollfest related. We got something Martin related. So though you can see we've got a bunch of different things. We got the In-Sim Alien mascot shirt. We've got a fridge magnet, and as we're come to be known for, we've got our alien socks. So you might not even be a fan of our comics at all. We got alien socks. Boom.
Let me tell you, quick little segue here. All week, it's been dress up week at my work. And yesterday was crazy sock day. And so I was like, whoa. First of all, I don't own any normal socks unless they're running socks, which have to be like specific so you don't get blisters. But every other pair of socks I own is crazy. I could have chosen anything. I have weird socks. I have crazy socks. I chose In-Sim socks. And Matt had the idea. He was like, why don't you do like mismatch? Like do one or the other, like so it's not the same sock or whatever. And I was like, that's actually really fun. Got so many compliments on it, took so many pictures, and everybody asked about it. And it was great, like promotion to be like, these are our characters. Yeah, so it was fun.
So I've already shown you the GB Leatherworks Masquerade masks. These are all handcrafted, hand everything, and these guys do amazing work. Anything you've seen leather from us for all of our campaigns, this is our 16th campaign. Any campaign that's had leatherwork in it has come from GB Leatherworks. So Morgrak's Place just said the right phrase as we continue on. Take my money already. The more people that say that, the better. I love that.
We like that phrase a lot. Thank you.
So we talked about the 13 o'clock glow in the dark shirt. And then we've also got a lot of things you can add on in this campaign, whether it's Heirs of Isildur, the Perilous Prospects, whether it's the I Am Keto graphic novel, Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress, all the different things you see. There are collectible colored vinyl records because, as you can hear, there's music playing in the background on this. This is off of our album. This is the song Nightmare Scenario off of our album, Heirs of Isildur versus Tales from Nocturnia. Tons of different things that are available up there in our collectibles, and you can get catch-up tiers, you can do all that kind of fun stuff. You can just go get all of the homage covers together. We actually did an homage cover for Mario Kart as well from in Misfits Clubhouse. So
the people, they like their homage covers.
All right, so watch this stuff. So Mordrak said, take my money already, and Martin replied with, take his money already. I think that's a good one. I think that's good.
We appreciate that. So Mordrax, you've been.
So as you see, there's a bunch of other pages on here. You know, we have our sample pages. We didn't get into any sample pages for this story because of the fact that every single page in this issue is a spoiler. So there's a couple times, if you see, like even the graphics we put up today, there's some stuff in the campaign video where maybe some small headshots that we clipped out of pages, and we purposely try to make sure we clip them out with absolutely zero context, so that way we're not going to be spoiling anything for people, because literally this is an issue, 48-page perfect bound, that is nothing but spoilers. And not only is it nothing but spoilers, we worked meticulously. One of the biggest things Steph and I did was make sure when we were working out the end of this issue is we went back to every character that came up, whether it was primary or secondary, and we're like, does this character's arc, does it revolve down to a finish point? Every story point, does it revolve down to a finished story point? And that's part of the reason why issue 4 became issue 4 and 5, because to make it wind down properly for what this is, Crossroads Conundrum into the Perilous Prospects, We needed to have that time to wind it down correctly. The last thing we wanted to do was have people that have invested their time and their money, even like you guys right now, they're on this live stream, you're investing your time with us. We didn't want you to be like, wow, they talked this big talk about Heirs of Isildur and the story didn't go anywhere. We wanted to make sure that it actually went somewhere and it was going to be somewhere satisfying, and we needed a few more pages to do it. We literally just today got in a pickup page from Alessandro, because as we were putting the final dialogue together, we're like, there's one spot that we needed one more page in, and we gave him the script and he just returned that to us literally today, so that way we can make sure that certain parts of that revolve at the end revolved back properly. So again, if you have not backed this campaign, go to tinyurl.com/HEIRS-TPP5. I will put the link one more time in here. And so, Steph, while I'm putting the link up here one last time, what's your next Halloween question that you have?
Oh, okay. I had one. Okay. So we talked about like favorite Halloween costume.
We did talk about costumes.
Yeah. What is your Halloween tradition? I'm a big tradition person. Ask Matt. I have traditions I do all the time. If you don't have a Halloween tradition, what's your favorite memory? So I will say my Halloween tradition, which is going to be a little tough this year. It's a little weird. I watch I try to watch all my favorite horror movies. American Werewolf in London is one of them. I love to watch Halloween on Halloween. And my tradition with my kids, when they would come home, we would go trick-or-treating, we'd come home, and they would go through their candy, and it was the one like night a year that I would let them eat candy like at night, and just go crazy, like whatever happened. But while they were doing that, we'd watch It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So carving jack-o'-lanterns was the big thing. I used to roast the pumpkin seeds. Now my kids are like teenagers and like young adults, and so not as much. But if I can like squeak in It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, or any of that kind of stuff. But I'm big on tradition. And so those were like always a big one for me. Probably my favorite Halloween memory is anything like with my kids when they were like peak trick-or-treating age, where it was like we would walk through our neighborhood and it was just candy galore. They were with their friends. We would get together with friends, and it was just a massive group of kids. And then at some point I would like split off and go back. So much people now I'm going to hand out candy. And those were really fun. And now, like, you know, Halloween's a little different, but that's okay. Like, it's part of life. But yeah, those are mine.
I mean, like I said, for me, it's just walking around my neighborhood here because it's such a spectacle. There's been times, like, I know that with Halloween ending being on a weekend, before they've actually had, like, people have full bands in their garage playing, with it being a Friday night. You know, there's been, like, John Travolta used to own, like, 5 houses in my neighborhood. And there was one year where him and his, I guess, late wife were giving out Halloween candy, and everybody lost their freaking minds. They're like, John Travolta's giving out full-size Snicker bars over there. We got to go get a full-size Snickers bar from John Travolta. I mean, that's basically what it is, you know, just kind of walking around and seeing how the neighborhood is.
There's always that one house that always had like the full-size candy bars, and I always said like that was like kind of my thing. And there was one year that we, it wasn't the whole night, but I did buy like the Costco pack of full-size candy bars, and I was like, I want to do this, like, because at the time, the neighborhood that I was living in, there was kids, they would like come and like drive to our neighborhood and like walk around it, and so that was just kind of a thing that we were able to do, and that was fun because they were like, "What? Oh my god!" Like, it was so exciting, but it was only like the first like 100 kids or whatever.
So John Westhoff said, "Fine outfit that fits Matt." You're just upset, John Westhoff, that I'm not cosplaying as your main character from Drumsticks of Doom. Because I'm almost
I don't want
there.
this to fit Matt ever. I'm okay with this being just this.
No, it's just.
No one encourage him. I don't want to see this ever again.
All right, so we are. Let's see here. So we are at 8 minutes left in the campaign.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that went by fast.
Yeah, it's been a crazy campaign. So this has been, you know, I guess what we're gonna do is we will wait until we get to the campaign being done moment.
Okay. And
when it's done, then we've got a full list. There's like a half a dozen things, or 5 things that are coming up for us. that
It's a lot.
we,
We're very
that
busy.
we are going to talk about. As soon as the campaign ends, we have 5 things to talk about.
Yeah.
So I will say, I was asked this question on a live stream the other day. One of the surprising things about this campaign is normally we track how many pre-campaign followers we have, and we track how many campaign followers are at the end of the campaign. And normally, as a Kickstarter creator, you see that number go to about 75% or double by the end of your campaign.
Yeah.
For this campaign, that number started here, it went up a little bit and came back down, and it's almost nearly the same, which is so bizarre. Normally there's so many people. Maybe it's because we're not Projects We Love this time, because for those of you who don't know, Kickstarter United is actually on strike. They've been on strike for the entirety of this campaign, so there hasn't been that interaction between us and the team at Kickstarter. I don't know what it is, but the number of followers just was much lower than normal, but we still have a great campaign that we're very thankful about. Our buddy Richard Rivera says, hey,
no, it's hey, ooh.
Oh, wait. So real quick, so come a little bit closer to the mic, and I want you to do that again.
It's hey, ooh. That's exactly what Richard, right, Richard? That's exactly what you meant, right? It's Halloween. So. And there's a car in the background.
The car said,
"Whoa." The car was like, I'm going to do it too.
So John Westhoff said, I'm starting to think most of the followers are bots these days. And honestly, I honestly think that could be maybe once you get Projects We Love, possibly they search for those things and they auto follow it. I don't know. Maybe that's the case.
I do think there is a percentage of that. I don't know what exactly it is, but I don't think it's wrong. Yeah.
So Richard comes in and Richard says, right, and I am sure that he's talking about your...
it was so good that a car in the background...
You scared a car off. The car literally sped away.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I think even we said we have 5 things that are coming up soon.
Yeah.
Since we have 5 minutes left on the campaign,
let's do it.
We will talk about one of those things right now. How's that sound?
Yeah.
So the next thing, we're going to go in order. The next thing that we have going on is next weekend. Literally,
next weekend. Oh my God.
Literally 7 days from today, we're both going to be traveling. We'll be in Port St. Lucie, Florida for PalmCon Treasure Coast, which is run by Martin Piero, who was in here earlier. So we're going to be at PalmCon Treasure Coast. I know that our buddy Andrea Lorenzo Molinari is going to be at the show. There's going to be a bunch of, I know that Leva Bates, the independent wrestler, is going to be there. Yeah. It's going to be a fun show. Martin always puts on a great show. Martin is incredibly creator focused when it comes to his shows. So we know it's going to be a great time. But yeah, we'll be down there traveling in, and then we'll be there on Saturday and Sunday for the show.
Weekend, which is crazy because I'm in California, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to. But it's coming up. But yeah, like Matt said, Mark puts on a great show that is not only attendee focused, but also creator focused. And so if you are somebody who is a vendor there in any way, shape, or form, you're going to get taken care of. If you're an attendee, you're going to really enjoy this show. There's not a lot of, oddly enough, there's not a lot of shows, comic shows in that area. And so this one is very well attended. We went last year. It was one of my favorite shows that we did last year. Yeah. I had a blast because I hadn't been to that area before. And so it was really fun. And yeah, so I'm getting on a plane and flying across the country next week to go to the show. I'm like, oh my God.
So it's gonna be good to go back and see some of those return faces from that area. Yeah. We'll have a lot of our stuff that we normally have. It's just gonna be a good old time. So that is number one. So now that we've killed a little bit of time, this is where we're at. So one of the things that I say about the end of campaigns, people always talk about the last 48-hour bump on a campaign. That's something that's kind of like known in the Kickstarter community. For us, it's always survival mode. We've had some of the craziest things happen at the end of campaigns, and we just want to survive with what we have. If we ever get an additional, that's awesome. If we don't, hey, it is what it is. If we stayed where we're at right now, we're going to be perfectly satisfied because this has been a great campaign. We're super happy to be wrapping up the storyline. This has been a big part of In-Symmetry Creations, even prior to In-Symmetry Creations. This is part of what brought In-Symmetry Creations together, is Heirs of Isildur as a title. And back before I even started this process, when it was just a metal album for the Crossroads Conundrum and a thought of a story, I had already taken notes and sketched out where I thought we were going to get to for the end point for the Perilous Prospects, and now we are there.
Now we're here.
And so now, as I said in the column yesterday, now we're kind of at the end of that destination, that checkpoint, and now the future is open, and we can take the story, these characters, wherever we might potentially want to take it, or we might just do other things.
You never know. You never know.
Oh, look at this. John Westhoff. He just said, last minutes of Kickstarter, a new survival horror coming in 2026.
Absolutely.
Really, if you we've had some of those people back in the day that would be like, I'm going to go drop $500 on your campaign, and then they would legitimately wait for us to hit a stretch goal and then drop something. Wait for us to hit a stretch goal, drop something, and that happened 2 or 3 campaigns in a row. And that was the kind of stuff that would make us sweat, because we would rejoice with our followers, and then we would go underneath it. So we're glad that that's not the case anymore. So as you see, days turned into hours. Hours have now turned into minutes. Now it's turned to minutes have turned into seconds. We are
my
now
gosh, already. Goodness.
We're now into seconds remaining. Seconds remaining.
Okay.
So we have 90 seconds remaining. It's been a good campaign, been an exciting campaign. Been able to
fast.
It did go fast. It did go really fast. We did this was only a 17-day campaign for us, but we had fun with it. I think that we may end up doing this again where we end on a Friday in the day instead of Thursday night. It was kind of
good. I mean, it's a holiday, and so we kind of ran the risk. We're like, are people going to be busy trick or treating? I mean, it's 2:00 here on the West Coast, but on the East Coast, y'all are getting your kids ready to go trick or treat. But it's been good. So we might do this again.
So now we're in red numbers, 54, 53.
I know.
We won't count down the whole way.
You know what's nice? I just will say, really quickly, the last few campaigns have done shorter campaigns, and it is so much less stress. I mean, it in the beginning it is, because you're like, oh my gosh, we have to make all this money before, it ends. But this has been really nice. It's not like a month long. It starts to feel like a slog. So I've been happy with this campaign. Thank you all for your support, whether you have backed or supported or just shared. Even if you couldn't back and you shared, we appreciate that just as much. So thank you all so much.
All right, so when we get down to 10, let's count this out loud. All right, so 10.
Counting down from 10, it's like singing happy birthday. Oh, wait.
7. 6.
Wow.
5, 4, 3, 2.
1. I'm not, mine says 59, 30, 53. Wow, okay. That threw me off, but okay. There we go.
All right, so.
Mine's a little off, you guys. Sorry.
It's okay, so I was just that's okay. I was a couple of seconds ahead because I'm running the StreamYard.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, since I was running StreamYard, I was a couple seconds ahead, so that was why. Okay, so with that being said, John throws up the party horns. So that being said, for this campaign, the next things that happen are everybody's going to have their cards get charged. We're going to see which cards don't get charged and who's going to have their, they're going to have a few days to be able to get that right. We are, for this campaign, hoping to get everything done, get quick turnaround. We're hoping to ship everything except for a few of the specialty items out before Christmas. We will see if that happens, but that is our goal. That's our goal. We'll see if everything is able to work out by then. But we've been telling you guys this whole time, we had 5 things. 5 things. Look at this. Kevin Davis, right now. Yo, look at these beautiful people. That's right. That's right. Okay, so we've been telling you guys we have 5 things upcoming. So the first thing is PalmCon Treasure Coast next weekend, November 8th and 9th, Port St. Lucie, Florida. The weekend after that, I'll be in Gainesville, Florida, November 15th and 16th at InfinityCon Gainesville. I was there last year. I'll be going back. So that's number 2. Yep. So the next thing we're going to do, Mary Pupo, I'm pretty sure they might be doing it over there at Door Media. I'm not sure. I know John Westhoff is. We are going to be doing the Backer Kit Holiday Store. They're doing a 2-week only holiday store that you're going to have. It has to be products that are in your inventory. And so we've been building this up in the background. We're going to be a part of the Backer Kit holiday store from November 18th to December 1st. So that is 3 things so far, right? Stuff that we've said?
Yeah.
So PalmCon, InfinityCon, Backer Kit holiday store. Then Bearded Brown Coat Black Friday. And this is either like the 8th, 9th, 10th. I've lost track.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's the 9th one. Yeah. 9th, Bearded Brown Coat Black Friday. I'll be set up there alongside of Tatsumi #1, Fire Mistress variant cover, Chris Hirschberger. We're going to see if we have any kind of specials for that. And that's going to be super fun. Yeah. So we'll be out there at Bearded Brown Coat. That literally starts at midnight on Black Friday. It's always fun. There's always hundreds of people that come in there. It's a big event. Be there for a few hours on overnight, and then we'll be back later on in the day on Black Friday. And then we're going to take a couple of these comments. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little Tatsumi. Because I think that you guys out there might want to know about what's going on with Tatsumi, because that's a very popular title that we just launched. So we'll go to these comments here in just a sec. You say you can't see the comments, right, Steph?
Yeah, well, I can, but it gets messed up. So it's just better if you read them to me.
All right, 1 second.
It's easier that way.
All right, so a couple comments. So Richard, eagle-eyed sleuth, Inspector Clouseau. Richard, Matt, did you do something different with your hair? No. And then Mary Pupo was talking about this is in relation to the Black Friday show. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then Richard said, you can't get anything past me. And then Kevin Davis says, Tatsumi. Yes. Yay, so without further ado, let's go over and you know what? Let me double check something here really quick.
Let me tell you guys, staring at this wig this whole time, I'm like, never did I think that there was a day. I think that I have worn the Merc wig maybe once or twice. I have never seen Matt wear the Merc wig, and the Merc wig has been something that has been.
This has all been. It's been sitting in a plastic bag in the inventory closet. Yeah. Okay, so
I don't know.
So hey, without further,
I'm glad I'm dressed.
Oh crap! Hold on, I just closed my notes. Hold on 1 second.
Unconditionally.
Close my notes. Hold on 1 second. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go over here, and now we're going to talk about Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress. Yeah. And I know that there's people out there that are wondering, when is Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress, going to launch? And we're here to tell you right now that Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress #2 is going to launch in January of 2026. Yeah. And there's a couple of reasons why we're launching in January of 2026. This is the first time that we have officially let everybody know that. Mm-hmm. As you can see on the screen there, we got a variation of Chris Hirschberger's Fire Mistress as the campaign image. That image is going to change soon to an image from one of the covers that we already have done for Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress #2, that we didn't want to spoil. We didn't want to put it out during the HEIRS campaign, but very soon, probably, if Steph decides we decide that we want to do it before PalmCon.
Me?
Yeah, you and I have to make sure we have yeah. So we are going to be putting up the brand new image that's coming from one of the covers that we have for Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress #2. And you might be saying, dudes, Matt, Steph, why in the heck are you waiting till January of 2026 to do this campaign? That's a good question. There's 2 answers. Answer number 1, Kickstarter. Historically, you don't launch a Kickstarter campaign in November or December because there's too many holidays in there. Mm-hmm. We knew we needed to get HEIRS Perilous Prospects 5 done, and we were not going to we were not going to truncate this campaign or the issue to put Tatsumi this year, so we wanted to get this one done. The other thing, the other reason why, is actually pretty freaking cool. So, as you may or may not know, if you look on the side, it says, after aligning with the crew of the Sidestalker, Tatsumi encounters chaos at their home port, includes a Dread Crew of Oddwood cameo. So, who is the Dread Crew of Oddwood? They are a pirate metal band from California that I'm longtime friends with. They have a guest appearance in this issue. We've had a lot of fun working with these guys to be in the issue, but they had something come up that we needed to make sure that we allocated, that we considered, and that is, let me see where it is. I've actually got it over here. I promise you it's here somewhere. And so we told you earlier that we had something that was going to be Trollfest adjacent. So our boys in the Dread Crew of Oddwood are going to be on a humongous tour. Heidenfest, when they were able to put them together, is one of the biggest folk metal tours that happens annually in Europe. And you've got Corpiclani, Fintroll, Heidevolk, Trollfest, and our boys from the Dread Crew of Oddwood are going to be on this tour early January, the beginning of February. And so we wanted to make sure, so the campaign is probably going to launch a little bit later in January, so that way these guys have a chance to be able to be a part of it when they get back from their tour. We didn't want to have the thing launch when they were getting ready to go or during their entire tour. So we had to coordinate with them. We're on the same page with them. And so that's going to be happening in January. But yes, these guys, Dread Crew of Oddwood, who are going to be on tour with Trollfest, Heidevolk, Fintroll, and Corpiclani, are going to be in the next issue. Is actually really fun getting them drawn in. Yeah, it's been a good time.
Yeah,
it's been a good time. All right, so Steph, do you have any final words that you want to say before we get on out of here?
That we've come to the end of this story arc of HEIRS. It's been a long time coming. Those of you that have supported us throughout the years, even before I was a part of the picture and supported that very early years of HEIRS, we just appreciate you all the new fans that have come in and readers. It's been incredible, and this isn't the end of HEIRS necessarily, but it's definitely the end of the story arc. We'll keep you updated as far as what. I mean, to be honest, that's in Matt's head, not mine, because HEIRS of Isildur was his to begin with, and I just sort of jumped on in an editorial stance and kind of like have taken on that role since then. But I am very excited. I think this campaign went really well. I mean, I don't have any. It may not have felt like it at the time, but this was like a calm campaign. Like we just sort of, we got backers. It was like, yay, lots of return backers. And if you are watching and you have backed HEIRS or any of our other projects before, we remember your names. Please don't ever think that we don't appreciate you to the level that we remember your names, to where we're texting each other just like early in the morning or late at night. Oh my gosh, such and such just back. Or we get on the phone, we're like, hey, oh my God, guess who's back? We remember your names and your support, because that's what it means to us.
We sent a message out to everybody letting them know, hey, look, whenever we see a name that comes back, we literally like, yes, there's a return backer. Yeah. Or it's literally, yes, there's a return backer. Or yes, here's a new backer. And we let people know that. And so somebody messaged back and he was like, hey, I didn't know.
Oh my God, like, whoa.
They were like, I didn't know that my name was so memorable. We're like, no, we remember. Like, we both have got photographic memories. Did this person back Misfits Clubhouse? Did this person back I Am Keto 3 years ago? Has this person been there for 9 campaigns?
It means the world to us. We are a small business. We rely on your guys' support. So no backing goes unnoticed, whether it's for $1 or $5 or $100. It doesn't matter. We just you want to know our world. We appreciate it immensely. So yeah.
All right, Steph. So why don't we get the heck out of here? If you guys want to follow along with us and see the things we're doing, the best thing to do is to go to linktree.com/InSymmetry Creations. That's got all of our links there, Kickstarter campaigns, music videos, Steph's articles that she writes for places like Fangoria, even though Steph isn't a part of the book right now, Fangoria has got a compendium of 30 plus years or 40 years or whatever of Fangoria online right now. We're backers of it. It's an incredible book, but that is the title that Steph writes articles for online. That's got a humongous campaign that's going on right now.
I mean, like $100,000+, guys.
Yeah, it's huge. So
it's the 1970s. So yeah.
We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you go to linktree.com/InSymmetry Creations. My name is Matt Knowles. This is Steph Cannon. We are InSymmetry Creations. We want to create characters you can relate to and universes you want to be able to escape into.
Exactly.
We thank you guys for joining us for Heirs of Isildur, the Perilous Prospects, the finale issue. We can't wait to get this thing finished up, get it into your hands. We'll see you either online or at a show as soon as possible. Thanks again, everybody.
Bye.